There she is. Just gonna share this to Twitter quickly. And we can start on this amazing game. Okay, that's tweeted. Let me just quickly. Already, it looks great. Oh wait, you can't see here, but there's a... Oh, never mind. Can't even see it anyways, it's just on my screen. Right here, where my camera is, right above there, there's like a PhysX CPU thing. Well, let's get right into it, actually. What happened here? Why is it zoomed in? Starting story. I'm just gonna go normal. Subtitles on. Cinematic subtitles. Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits in the stars? So much hype about this game.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like...
Just gonna drop the settings a bit low. It's a new game, and I don't wanna try overloading it, running it too high. There we go. Should be a bit faster now.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Oh. Phineas Varon Wells. Whoa.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
Oh, skill points. Okay, strength, good. Intelligence, critical damage, charm up, perception, sure, dexterity, just gonna go. There we go. Oh. Let's go handguns. No. Oh, I have to tag these. Okay, so that one.
A gunslinger. Oh, they're going to tell stories about you from here to Hephaestus.
Lockpick and hack. I'm guessing you're gonna be pretty good. Okay. Bureaucrat, block, persuade, shock. I'm just gonna go food additive
Good,
tester.
you're used to having chemicals pumped into you.
I'm gonna go with a female character. This one. Skin tone. Oh, can it be a Paisley Ghost? Oh. There we go. Sure. Eye size huge. Make him huge. Eye vertical? Sure. Big mouth. There we go. Don't be shy. What's your name? Jazz. Sure. Yep. I'd say that's pretty good. Uh-oh.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend. Not likely, bootlickers.
So what? I just get kidnapped?
Initiate skip jump.
So my computer's overheating. Shite. I need something to put it on. Need some more airflow. Hopefully that's not too loud. Turn down my mic a bit.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? A bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably locked out of your wondering what's going on, eh? Journey at
Not that bad.
speeds. This means that you and every other colonists on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of an infection. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck!
Nothing ever goes his way. Oh, anyway. I thought it was gonna let me out, but I guess not. Oops. Yeah, that is quite loud, though. Could these boxes work?
Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh,
hold on.
Yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land.
I used my Fallout action figure boxes to hold my laptop up. And my webcam's frozen for some reason. Let me just unplug and plug that back in.
Should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go. Easy now. You've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, law, that stings. Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's Choice doesn't like us accepting outside help. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take them. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hullhead grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh? Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time. You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the... This...
here before you get yourself killed. Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. Really? How is he? Shouldn't have done that. Spacer's Choice family ain't authorized to receive medical aid from off-brand physicians. We'll see him back to Edgewater, just as soon as I cross these marauders off with the swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs some. Seriously? But those marauders will... Ugh. You know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go. Got a new move!
I just earned a fine bonus.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Marauder, please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health. Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. Gesture procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarded parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand? Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time. What can I do for you, Captain? Goodbye. If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain. Want to be a brand new you? Try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself, right before he died. If you possess a power regulator, please insert the part into the appropriate slot, which is this one. Due to catastrophic power failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown. These surveillance devices allow me to monitor you constantly. Please ignore them.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, ma'am, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay. Yeah, fair point. I'll let it go this time. If you're looking to help us out with our Marauder problem, talk to Constable Reyes over in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's Marauder territory, friend. Your pod? What are you on about? You take a bruise to the cranium? Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. Got a knack for being discreet-like? There's money to be made, long as you keep your nose clean. Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
Alrighty.
4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours.
Barbershop,
Abernathy,
cannery.
I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in
Barbershop
town.
and a cannery.
All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
Goodbye. And perks. Oh. Oh, I have to hit apply. There we go. Codex? No. Jeez, this game. So good so far. It's the stupid AI comedy between the NPCs. Cannery. Here?
Yes, Mr. Thompson. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy. You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state? Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you.
Yep.
That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world.
I'm
dying. My expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies. It's plague.
Sure.
Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help. I'll scratch something together for you. Sell off some of my sundry at Moreau's if I have to. Just hear me out. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break it, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Think about it. Gonna steal stuff? Oh yeah, but he's right there, so...
You're making a mistake working for us.
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
That's the way it goes.
This guy over here...
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
This does open. Oh, okay, up here, hello. Just hop over here. Oh, no, okay, bye. There you are.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
Okay, then. Her family member died, and she, that's alright. She's a good worker, though. I wonder if I can
Wish
just
we had
shoot
some better
everyone here.
rations.
Is he in jail? No. Doc Mabel. Birdie Cotton. Don't even want to try saying that last name.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs.
You look like you're crawling
Physical
with germs.
hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. No, Thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work.
Just
I'm
threatening
Conrad.
everyone.
You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions. As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch. With what? My own blood?
Go play with
Tell
your blood.
Silas I can't afford to pay. And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions. Much obliged.
So can I go back to him now and collect payment? Shite. Ludwig. He is over here, I'm guessing. The only source of protein a busy worker needs. Salt tuna. Does not sound good at all. Ugh. Oopsies.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months.
Oopsies,
Guess the
I'm
boss
not your
finally
backup,
came to the
buddy.
sense. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
So I just need Conrad's. Load. Alrighty, go back to Conrad. Try to find something, I guess.
Have your rations yet?
What can I do for you? Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
Yes.
You may think that, but the tidiness of my fellow worker is my responsibility. Alive or otherwise. Whether you're showing up to work or going to that great cannery in the sky, it's my job to make you look like a million bits. A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild.
What do you mean?
I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties.
Is it not called a ship?
Ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head. Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties. Go ahead.
Okay,
The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame. Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching.
oh, camera lag. Wow. There we go.
Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us. Nature is my...
Well, I can. Okay, what should... how...
What can I do for you?
He has no way to pay, so I'm just gonna go tell... what's his face over here?
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back.
Nothing I can do about that.
Eh. Come on, game. I'll turn my fans back on. Happy? No one else has the money.
Fancy threads. That some kind of hibernation suit? You run into any trouble? Conrad's barbershop is a yawning pit that swallows his every bit. I keep telling him he should cut a few corners. Skimp out on the disinfectant. You gotta put the squeeze on Conrad. Find some dirt on him. Maybe check his back room.
Okay. That's all I need to blackmail him. Sure thing. Oh, good. I have actually Terror on Monarch. Spooky pumpkin. They're spooky. I almost dropped my phone.
Had your rations yet?
Yep. 2 whole cans of salt tuna.
Barbershop. I passed it. Reception shot himself. This bad company's gonna have to call for it. Is that what I needed?
What can I do for you? You know about Eugene? How? You probably heard it from one of our local gossip mongers. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
I'm sure he will miss them.
That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's Choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I? Yes, I suppose I must. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Bye-bye. Going the wrong way again. th 28th annual Toss Ball series. Ready? ASMR.
Grave digging's a fine profession. Yeah? What about him? Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away, vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead. Let me know if you find anything. Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road.
Okay, now what?
Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer.
There we go.
That's gonna take some getting used to. and I'll buy you a drink sometime. Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
Take care. Where can I tell my money? Like, is it that? Inventory. Junk. Consumables. Think. Armor management. Sure. Number 3, 4. No, 4. Let's stick with this for now. Back to the main quest now. So, okay, it's already. Alright, I gotta go over here. Okay.
The grease monkey, Argo? Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
Okay.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we've got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Let's hear it then.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Sure.
The geothermal plant was built...
I don't care.
We could use the power. Cannery's been struggling. If we don't ramp up productivity, the company might cut us loose.
Come on, light the candle. There we go. One more. Just gotta use the other candle to light it. There we go. Another candle.
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Tell me what I need.
My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the Botanical Lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
Okay.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may
Sweet
prove
companion.
useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Sure.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot.
Let's get going. Let's go. Wait, can I talk to her?
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
In the elevator.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Does this look like Mr. Thompson's office? Let's go ranged. 5 in ranged. Dialogue. There we go.
We better clear
Oh
out.
my.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on
I want you with me.
on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
Can't blame anyone for leaving.
Life's
No.
hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Let's go.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
Look at that, an hour in and I've already got a companion. Wait, what? Where's it telling you? How many? So now I have to go see the vicar. As I promised I would. Hold Z.
Heading back. On my way. I'm on my way.
Oh. Okay, that's what it does. Cool. I don't know why I thought there was a door back there, but...
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
So, yeah, what you advise.
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. If it were as easy as a few soothing words in the right ears, I'm sure it would have been done already. Consider it
Send
a
it to
challenge.
Edgewater. Okay.
If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might have...
Okay.
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Sure thing.
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
Sure.
Glad we see eye to eye. It's a handwritten journal of...
Got it.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
So I need a blue journal. Alrighty.
Wonder if the plague already...
What the hell? This one ugly bug. Is that the thing I shot earlier? These things?
Nice one!
Yoink. Alrighty then. What does X do? I don't know. Wait. Where's the thing? Oh, there it is. Okay. fellas.
Got him all.
Load? No? Okay. Got a weapon mod. Okay. What is that noise? I'm gonna try out the AR. Pretty sure there's laser weapons.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
Kind of rude.
A Geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Sure thing.
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. Much obliged.
Alrighty, Preston. God.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Looks like you made a home for
A home
yourself.
for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots. It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
I don't want to say number one,
dear.
but like...
The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice. The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer. Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. You're doing this for Reed? Why? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Yeah, but what do I want to do?
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Whoopsies. Just kind of yoink those. Okay, how do I get to that marker though? Jesus.
He took one down!
Game over. What? Okay. So let's not go that way. Let's just take the road. There's the power plant.
I always wanted to poke around in here.
Holy. Things are hard to kill. And where'd my companion go? She just pissed off. Am I supposed to kill them?
I wanted to poke around in here. Okay, gone quiet.
Is there an entrance over here or something? Like... Okay, I'm gonna go grab something to... Yeah, I'm gonna go grab something to eat. Be right back. It looks like the inside of the pumpkin has caramelized. I'm just gonna pop open my window a little bit. Let some heat out. Ow. And I decided to run over my own foot. Resume. Oh. Whoa. Die? Oh. She's dead. Holy shite. Are you dead? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoopsies. Hopefully she teleports. Because if she's dead, I don't know. I don't know what to do about her if she's dead. Who's
The
this?
control room should be off to the right. I
Oh,
hope we're
she's
doing the
fine.
right thing.
Can I sell stuff? Oh, I can! So, eat. Buy something. Weapons. Heavy ammo. All of it. Buy. Sure. Tossable stick. Revolver. She beating it with a tossball stick? Damn it. Barrel around it. Come on, follow me, buddy. Oh no, those don't explode. Those don't explode.
Three switches. That'll be easy enough.
Sweet.
System.
Oh, you guys are shiting me. Ah. Oh, problem.
Just two more.
Searching for.
Take cover!
Ah. Ooh, Porkins warm to the touch. No. pumpkin is warm to the touch. That's the word. Okay. Okay, so by hitting Q, I can activate like a critical.
That's the last of them.
No, it's not, sweetheart. Cool. I like this gun.
That's the last of them.
It's way too much ammo though, but like, I'm in love. Stupid touchpad.
Two more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale?
What's someone in here?
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Ow.
System unexpected performance. Unit.
No. Nice one.
Let's go ranged, because I have 5 in there. There you go. Apply skills. Definitely health. And there's 2.
Hold it up. If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the Vale? Incoming!
Oh shite! I'm out of ammo. Oh no! No good, no good, no good. No, I fell. Just run to the back and buy some more ammo. Or find some. Oh, it's following me.
Once we do this, there's no going... Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you.
Spooky.
Do you understand what you're about to do?
Spooky.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folks just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead.
Sure thing.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
So, cut power to what? Redirect power.
The brightest thing you could, sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for, even if they don't care much for me. That's on account of how I never met her.
Oops.
I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Okay, now what does the thing want me to do? They, seriously, they're gonna be so pissed at me right now. Wait, shouldn't I grab my regulator thing?
Searching.
Shite. I'm gonna eat my dinner quickly. Because I'm starving. In the future, say millions of years, water bottles will still be around. So if aliens come here and do a whole Jurassic Park, instead of fossils, they could just do water bottles instead to get our DNA. let's play. Let's not kill ourselves this time. Mamma mia, no. Right through. Okay, she's following me. I like this game. It's pretty good.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it? You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater for a power regulator. Well, shit,
Yep.
I wish it was personal. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
Then perish. Thanks. Can I quick save? I can.
Nice one!
Nice one! Okay, I'm gonna load a save, though. But she's a killable NPC, and she didn't really fight back, so... I yoinked it.
Adelaide's okay.
What happened?
Wits about you, friend.
Sprat fell
I don't
into
know
a
how much longer it'll
transformer
last
again?
without-
I don't know. Keep your wits about you, friend.
Food's bound to
Keep your
spoil
wits
at this
about-
rate. Don't know how much longer we'll last without.
Keep your... I don't...
One
Keep
of
your
us
wits
want to go
about you,
see
friend.
what happened.
Bye. Whoa. Need more ammo. Hold on, let me just... I always do that. I get to put the chat in live chat, because top chat is stupid. I break into any of these houses yet? Evicted. Stuff. You hostile? Yes.
Here they come.
Ugh. Can I fast travel from here? Dang it.
Incoming.
I'm broke. I'm out of ammo.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. Whoa, Miss Parvati. You're, what, how are you? Hi, hello.
Are you, things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
I seen you wandering around here. You don't look like you're coming from town. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
I have a combo now.
They're not idiots, they're just trusting.
No, they're idiots.
I got away with replacing the odd water filter or battery, but I can't keep this charade up. Time's come for me to learn my craft. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data
I'm
pads,
literally
I
here
could
to
teach
kick you
myself
out
the
of
ins and
your
outs.
stupid
Those are
camp.
good.
Would you? I'd be grateful. I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I mentioned... Any luck finding one of those manuals? What's on your mind? Couple months. all left the cannery for one reason or... I mean...
Dude, you need to go.
Luck, mostly. Nothing's needed serious repairing yet. Nothing's broken down that we can't just replace with something scavenged from the outskirts. Well, not until the power went and...
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild Canaans, on the other hand. The matter's been weighing on me. Fact is, I can't go anywhere long as Zoe's missing. Disappeared without a trace. Marauders took her, I suspect. I've crossed off my share of marauders. This ain't about them. I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around a gun. Hence my dilemma. Well enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of Hermon... Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling... It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Can't... Could do without the gallows humor.
Can I just leave? They don't want to leave.
I'm not in the lightest of humors right now. I'll tell you what I can. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Little ways ago, she was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about. What is it? The matter's been weighing on me. I'm still...
Yeah, I'm going on my ship. Screw these people. Y'all are useless. There's fast travel there. First time fast travel in the game. Whoa. Pumpkin on fire? No, but she's hot. She's warming up. Candle is like pretty low, so.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship. Working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew.
Come with me then.
I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But...
Yes, come with me.
Can I come with you? I could tend to your engine.
Yes.
And if you ever need a pair of...
Yes, yes.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
I got a captain. Cool. So I went to a town, destroyed a neighborhood, and stole their best mechanic. Sweet! Hello, Betsy. Or Ada. That's its name, right? The Unreliable. Oh, hello. Oh, okay. Just walk.
Where are we headed?
I don't know. Ada. I'm gonna just call her Ada.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain?
Install the power regulator.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Sweet. The Unreliable.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Ah, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kilkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Okay.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
You want to explain what that is?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another.
Oh.
It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Cool. I'm gonna go explore the locked doors. Here's the navigation terminal. Is this a bin where I can store crap? What is this? Finds a robot, yells at it, does not respond. Oh, okay. Oh, this is her room. Guessing all the other rooms are empty. Yeah. Does this mean I'm gonna get a crap ton of people? Oh, my fridges have stuff in them now. Sweet. What about this stuff? Anything? Anything yoinkable? Ah, missed opportunity, Bethesda, or not. Keep wanting to say Bethesda. Sure. Okay, my light machine gun, I need to modify E. Sure. Pop that on there. Escape. Back. How do I? It's not going back. Oh no. Okay, escape. Nothing's happening here. Really? Alt F4. Fine then. Press any key. Please. Continue. Oh boy. Pretty laggy there. No game, thank you. Go yank her ammo. Okay, I think I am good.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. cozy like, ain't it?
Yep.
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
So you're gonna call her it, not she?
Though my voice is currently pitched to suggest female, I possess no gender. Any pronoun preferred by the user is acceptable.
Hello. I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it. I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing. I am at your disposal, Ms. Parvati. You will find the technical schematics in the engineer's locker, though I'm afraid Captain Hawthorne has lost the owner's manual.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Alrighty. Let's go. Sure.
We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Can we go to it?
We've arrived at the groundbreaker. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
Oh my god, there's...
Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song.
Tell me a joke.
My violence inhibitors are a joke. No, really. I only keep them enabled because of how funny they are. As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? We're clear to dock with the groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously. I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship. You are more than welcome, Captain. The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship.
Okay.
It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's
Okay,
companies
but like, can you
maintain
land me
office
there? How do I
spaces
land?
with station representatives in what is considered
Dock.
a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid. See you soon, Captain.
Okay, dock.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Do I just
Can we
leave?
chat?
Oh, sure.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson.
What about it?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing this by, I mean.
Sure.
I have experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Sure.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
I think I'll initiate an unscheduled rest cycle while you're out.
Cool, shut up. Companion parks. Oh, hello.
Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that.
That's not the point. This hack one just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a toss ball stick. I heard you the first time.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Shock cannon. I want it. Oh, it's 800. So, so that I guess. So close to it. So like half minutes. No. It's 800 flat, right? Oh my god. So much shotgun. Do we even have a shotgun anymore? Bye. Shot cannon. Inventory.
Are you crazy?
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. It shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Got it.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? Be seeing you.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Punch. You want a punch? You got your punch right here.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastard.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch it.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer? Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this?
Oh, no one cares.
Whose miserable fever dream am I trapped? Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have. He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he? Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die? Oh, awful business that. But why? How? No. Best not to ask after the gory details. Fine. You're free to go. I've removed the impound order on your ship. But before you go, I did have one request. Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
Yeah, bye, you weirdo. Oh, excuse me. I need to go talk to Gladys.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient or an oven. Just like store-bought. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least.
Yeah.
Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap.
Oh my god.
If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
$10,000 bits?
Jeez. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms...
No, I don't care. Tell me what the...
Do you know Edna over in
Give me the deal
engineering?
here.
Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago. You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you.
So I have to go over to engineering.
Great law, is it hot in here? Or is it just my... Yes, dearie? Anytime, sweetheart.
Okay, so I'll level up my skills quickly. Ranged. These. There we go. Accept. Nurse. Oh, I can give her weapons. There we go. Actually. Do a companion quest.
I know she's in there, Mfuru.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of Northern terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to the local board member.
What?
411s? And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the power plant?
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. Good for you. Hope you scared some sense into those bureaucrats giving you trouble. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting. At ease. Nice to see an outsider with some working brain cells. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through. Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them.
What? I didn't think you just...
There you go.
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name.
Parvati.
What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Nudge, nudge.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it.
She's fangirling
Honest.
so hard.
Sorry. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
Oh, you can't go.
I'm not going anywhere here.
Is there an actual way for us to like hand these in?
I wonder what that fella did to get the board so wild at.
My ship.
Hey, you got a second? Hey, we don't know each other yet, but I'm Felix Millstone. I was in the middle of a little discussion with the local authorities when you passed me by.
Yeah, you beat someone.
I noticed your ship in port. Got to thinking you might be looking for some crew, so I wandered by, just to take a closer look. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me. Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired. Oh, okay. Well, can you give me a couple of pointers? Sure, I can be myself. I can be myself better than anybody else in the system. You're looking for crew, I'm looking for a way off this port. So we've got something in common already. And yeah, I know I came on a little strong, but honestly, when was the last time anybody was so eager to throw in with you? That's gotta count for something, right? Sure. An interview? That sounds fair. I mean, first time for everything, right? Ask me anything you like.
I feel like he's gonna steal my ship.
It's delicious. Mock apple pie and a tripicale crust, maybe with a little cream on top. Classic.
3.14, you dumbass.
Foreman told me my biggest problem was that I didn't take orders. I told him my problem is not with authority, it's with jackasses. So yeah, I guess my biggest flaw is that I don't suffer idiots. Hope that's not a deal breaker. Are you kidding? I love a good fight. One time, I took an autoloader's head clean off its servos with one swing of a tossball stick. You can count on me in a scrap, boss. That's a promise. I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting. That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation. Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not going to regret this.
You got a crew now, Felix.
Felix can now join the party. Sweet. Yeah, I think I'm gonna...
Captain.
Yeah, done.
Welcome back, Captain.
Let me just see if
How
there's
can I
anything
be of
he
assistance?
wants to say.
May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist.
Quiet.
But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it.
So I'm gonna stop streaming here. It's been like, what, almost 3 hours. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I'll live stream tomorrow as well. I can try streaming on Wednesday as well, but I work pretty late that day, so might not be able to. There are a few videos coming up on my channel soon, but they're pretty long, like raw footage long, like 12 hours, so I have to edit it down to 12 minutes. So yeah, there's quite a lot of Halloween videos coming out soon, I believe, if I get to them in time. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow. Peace.